Psychology behind Yoga. Lesser known insights into the ancient science of Yoga. A book by Dr. King, narrated by Dr. King, copyright 2019. Prologue. The word psychology is derived from the Greek word psyche, which originally meant the soul. Consequently, psychology became the science of the soul. Later Greek philosophers, however, started viewing the mind as part of the soul. For example, Aristotle, in his well-known work Peripsyches, describes the mind as it is the part of the psyche by definition only and not spatially. Gradually, psychology went on to mean the science of the mind as it is known today. Unlike the Greek philosophers, their Indian counterparts did not view the mind as part of the soul. For them, mind is a material entity and soul is not. The soul is sentient and mind is an instrument used by the soul to interact with the world. The ancient science of yoga focuses on realizing the soul using the mind. It is both the science of the soul as well as the science of the mind. I refer to yoga as science since for most part, yoga is a system built around well-defined concepts, clearly defined practical methods to implement the ideas proposed in it, logically explained theory behind it, and finally, a clearly defined goal that can be verified irrespective of the subjective beliefs and religious affinities. The hallmarks of science. The yoga I am talking about in this book refers to the ancient system of yoga codified by sage Patanjali way back in 200 BC in his well-known Yoga Sutra. Unlike its modern variants, this yoga of Patanjali revolves around mind and only mind. There is no mention of any mystical force lying dormant in some subtle center in the body, only to be woken up and channelized through other centers of the body, finally to unite with its ultimate destination. Though Patanjali's yoga is well known as a process to achieve the ultimate realization, not much attention is paid to its psychological basis. This book focuses mainly on these lesser known details, understanding of which is essential to get the complete grasp of the yoga process. This may also open up new avenues for detailed scientific research in this area. Overview of the book. In Chapter 1, I start with a brief introduction to Patanjali's work, namely the Yoga Sutra. Many of the ideas discussed in the Yoga Sutra implicitly assume the model of the mind put forth by the Sänkhya, a companion school of thought. I also briefly touch upon Sänkhya Karika, the oldest available composition on Sänkhya. Unlike our current understanding of the mind, which is closely tied to the physical brain, Sänkhya or Yoga define mind as a subtle entity that drives the physical brain and other organs of the body. What exactly is this mind? Is the subject discussed in Chapter 2. Patanjali's yoga is all about controlling the activities of the mind. Before we can know how this is achieved, we need to know the activities we are talking about. Chapter 3 does exactly this. During the yoga process, the mind moves from normal state to some highly evolved state, passing through several intermediate states. Chapter 4 discusses various states of the mind and the causes that put the mind in those states. How does one move from a lower state of the mind to a higher state? That is exactly what is discussed in Chapter 5. This chapter briefly describes the 8-step process one needs to undergo to reach the ultimate goal of yoga. The ultimate state of mind is reached gradually.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?